Wayans Brothers had the Scary Movie franchise stolen from them by Harvey Weinstein, and it took 20 years to get it back. The Wayans Brothers are a comedy dynasty, with the three brothers, Keenan, Marlon, and Sean, having created the hit sketch comedy show In Living Color, and more importantly, having written, directed, or starred in multiple classic parody films such as I'm Gonna Get You Sucka and Don't Be a Menace to Society While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood. So in the late 90s, they wanted to turn their attention to the horror genre. Specifically, they wanted to create a parody film of the popular late 90s self-aware slasher movies like Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and Urban Legend. So Marlon and Sean wrote a script for a horror genre spoof, originally titled Scream Movie, but was then retitled to Scary Movie. And after pitching it to Miramax, their brother Keenan Ivory Wayans was hired to direct. Scary Movie came out in 2000, starring Marlon, Sean, Anna Faris, and Regina Hall, and it was a smash box office success, completely bringing back the genre spoof, which had fallen out of popularity in the late 80s. It was immediately greenlit for a sequel, and Scary Movie 2 came out the following year in 2001, again written by Marlon and Sean and directed by Keenan. Scary Movie 1 and 2 had printed money for Miramax, so the Wayans brothers expected a healthy pay raise and a royalties deal for making Scary Movie 3. However, Miramax felt differently, and they offered the Wayans brothers a deal that was identical to their deal for Scary Movie 2, which wasn't satisfactory for the Wayans brothers, so they sent a counteroffer that was more fair. But then head of Miramax, Harvey Weinstein, rejected that deal, fired the Wayans brothers, and replaced them with the Zucker brothers, who had directed and written some of the popular genre spoofs of the 1980s, like Airplane, Top Secret, and The Naked Gun. The Wayans brothers were completely cut out of the franchise that they had created, and the Zucker brothers directed Scary Movie 3, which was written by Pat Proft and Craig Mazin. In 2005, the Weinstein brothers, Harvey and Bob, left Miramax and formed their own production company called the Weinstein Company, and they took the Scary Movie license with them. Scary Movie 4 and 5 were directed by the Zuckers under the Weinstein Company. Scary Movie 5 came out in 2013, and then the franchise just kind of stagnated and they didn't make any more because the oversaturation of genre spoofs in the 2000s and 2010s led to viewer burnout. And then in 2017, Harvey Weinstein was accused of sexual assault by countless women and eventually sentenced to prison, and the Weinstein Company dissolved. In 2020, Paramount purchased a 40% stake in Miramax's library of content, which included the first 3 Scary Movies. The Weinstein Company had only purchased a license to the franchise, and in 2024, Keenan, Marlon, and Sean struck a deal with Miramax and Paramount to write and produce Scary Movie 6, which, in case you didn't know, is set to release this year on June 12th. And this isn't like some kind of branded content or something like that. I just really love the Wayans brothers, and I'm pretty excited about this. I grew up watching the Wayans Bros TV show and In Living Color, and I loved the first 2 Scary Movies.